Hello. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the last Sunday night music faucet for a while, at least. This is a weekly live music program that's this week moving to Wednesday nights at 8. And tonight, just because we felt like it, we decided to broadcast from the backyard. I'm sure you can hear the dogs barking. Radio sound effects. There's a whole slew of neighborhood folk who've come by to play us some songs. And, what is that? Goodness gracious. These are real sound effects, folks, not on tape. Well, welcome to the Music Faucet once again. Ladies and gentlemen, it looks like here on the back porch of this patio is a number of folk. Robin Goldwasser, Laura Cantrell, David Hamburger, and John Flansburgh are all holding instruments. And I believe a couple of them are going to sing. Is that true? Sure. How are we doing, Laura?
We're doing pretty good, Nick.
Yeah?
Yeah, indeed.
We got
Couldn't ask for a finer afternoon.
Who all's going to be here today with us? Because I can't quite recall. And we probably don't
there's
even
so many folks playing, but amongst them, J. Sherman Godfrey is going to play, and Amy McMahon Rigby. David Hamburger's going to do some songs. Lonesome Bob's going to do some songs. Patel Koenig. Here comes Brian Dewan through the door right now.
Brian Dewan, just in the nick of time.
Hey, how are you?
I'm okay. I'm happy-go-lucky. Hey, why don't you just start us off? Play us a tune.
Okay. This is the Cantrell Goldwasser Family Singers. Hyphenated.
It's been many weeks, my dear, since you told me how you love me so dearly and true. But today it seems to me things have changed here. Are you telling me that our love is through? When you're far, far away from me, darling, if you're sad and you don't know what to do, and you feel like no one cares about you, I will always be waiting for you. Oh, I can't forget the day that you told me that you'd love me and be my sweetheart. But today it seems to me things have changed here. Are you telling me that we have to part? When you're far, far away from me, darling, if you're sad and you don't know what to do, and you feel that no one cares about you, I will always be waiting for you. All the days seem so lonesome and dreary, and the nights are so lonesome and blue. Since you left me alone here without you, oh please come back, I'm waiting for you. When you're far, far away from me, darling, if you're sad and you don't know what to do, and you feel that no one cares about you, I will always be waiting for you.
Well, thank you. Thank you very much. You know, in Nick's absence here for a moment, this next song was a surprise for Nick. And, of course, I forgot of such a thing as sound checks. and he's heard the song already.
Oh.
Nick, I was just telling the folks
I
out
miss
there
something?
in Radio Land that this next song was a surprise for you.
Well, I didn't really hear it during the soundtrack.
You didn't really? Yeah, you did. Don't pretend.
I wasn't
Anyway.
listening.
It's for those of our listeners who are really into this conspiracy theories. So we should just go ahead and start it, shouldn't we?
I am one of those listeners.
So let me get the tempo here. So 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Lee Harvey was a friend of mine. He used to take me fishing all the time. He used to throw a ball to me when I was just a kid. Well, they say he shot the president, but I don't think he did. Well, I was born in Dallas in 1952, and Lee Harvey lived across the street on Barbeque Avenue. He used to throw a ball to me when I was just a kid. And they say he shot the president, but I don't think he did. Lee Harvey was a friend of mine. He used to take me fishing all the time. He used to throw a ball to me when I was just a kid. And they say he shot the president, but I don't think he did. Well, I've seen that picture of him holding pamphlets and a gun, and their shadows pointing every which way, but only just one side. Someone faked that photo and then snuck away and hid. Well, they say he shot the president, but I don't think he did. Lee Harvey was a friend of mine. Right. Well, I saw it all on TV. Lee Harvey got gunned down, and he was killed off by Jack Ruby, the biggest sleaze in town. He stuck a gun into his ribs and said, "Here's looking at you, kid." Jack Ruby killed Lee Harvey, but TV proved he did. Lee Harvey was a friend of mine. He used to take me fishing all the time. He used to throw a ball to me when I was just a kid. Well, they say he shot the president, but I don't think he did. And Lee Harvey was a friend of mine.
Laura Cantrell, Robin Goldwasser, David Hamburger on dobro, John Flansburgh on 12-string guitar, Jay Sherman Godfrey on a 6-string guitar, and Jeremy Tepper on a harmonica. You're sitting down. Just look over your shoulder. Hey, Laura,
Yes, Nick?
who's coming up next?
Well, Jay Sherman Godfrey's got his guitar on.
Well, he's conveniently located near a
He's
mic.
conveniently located, and he's going to do some of his songs for us while I go make the salad dressing.
Okay, hey, maybe we should talk to the Grillmeister and see how things are going. Grillmeister,
Who is the Grillmeister?
aren't you the Grillmeister? Good evening, Laurent.
Good evening, Nick.
How's the grill coming?
The grill is looking pretty grillish. We've got a few grillies on it.
There's nothing on it. You're lying.
It's like the Emperor's New Clothing. This is really good, nutritious food.
I brought some chicken.
Nothing.
There's some chicken.
There's chicken to throw on there. Maybe we should throw a few things on there and get the sizzle happening.
It's been parboiled, so it won't
Guitars
take
on that
very
grill
long.
there.
Oh yeah, maybe the coals are dying. Well, while Jay plays his first song here, we'll get the coals stirred up a bit and get some.
Let's have roast position.
Ladies and gentlemen, Jay Sherman Godfrey.
Okay, first I'm gonna do a waltz by Amy Allison to start.
Please do.
Is that all right? Then I'm gonna play
That's-
another song. if
That's
okay.
fine.
I've been drinking this vodka and thinking about you, and I just can't believe that we're through. For I know that you love me and used to think of me, but I hurt you by being untrue. It's a cheater's world, and I want no part. But how can I tell that to my cheating heart? When the moon comes up and the sun goes down, I'm always the first one downtown. I'm writing this letter in hopes you feel better about me at some future time. I apologize so strongly for doing you so wrongly. Yes, I'm sorry for my cheating crime. It's a cheater's world, and I want no part. But how can I tell that to my cheating heart? When the moon comes up and the sun goes down, I'm always the first one downtown.
She writes a fine tune.
I have to apologize for Amy for doing something wrong in the first verse. No one else knew, but if she's listening. I think I'll do one now that I wrote for Angel. Where have they all gone? Where have they all gone now? Whatever happened to my old friends, my crews? They moved away, I never saw them again. Those two will never change, they'll always be the same. Just 10 years old, forever in my mind. Where have they all gone now? Would we have just grown apart anyhow? summer, such a sweet and bitter time. On that September day, I had to go away. I wonder what would have happened had I stayed. Where have they all gone now? We have just grown apart anyhow. Where have they all gone now? We always promised that we'll keep in touch, but time passes by and we don't think about it much. Soon old friends become just memories, ancient history, just another part of you and me. Where have they all gone now? My head is full of names, some of them have a face, most just acquaintances, but some dear old friends. Wherever they may be, do they ever think of me? What I might have been, what I have become. Where have they all gone now? We have just grown apart anyhow. Where have they all gone now? Where have they all gone? Where have they all gone now? Thank you, Nick. Thank you for having me.
J. Sherman Godfrey, thank you for playing. Thanks for coming all the way across the street.
Who's next? Should I introduce who's next?
Oh, yes, you please should.
I'd like to introduce David Hamburger.
David Hamburger and Hazel. Hey, Hazel, you're on the radio. I'd like to describe the locale here. We're on a back porch kind of area. The WFMU antenna is sticking a couple stories high up off the deck. There's a swimming pool. Will Rigby's just taking out a paper bag full of a 6-pack of beer. Hazel Rigby's staring at that pool, wishing she could jump right in. Sure. It's a little cold though. I just filled it up today. And there's a grill with nothing on it yet. And the one Mr. David Hamburger is stepping lightly up to the stage. Hello, David.
Hello.
Greetings.
Greetings.
Welcome to the airwaves.
Well, thank you. It was a long trip, all the way from Park Slope, and I'm glad I made it. Since I know almost everyone in the building, and now I do know everybody. So
Play us a tune.
well, all right. Riding around town in a Coupe de Ville, drinking French champagne just to let it spill. You ain't gotta worry, ain't gotta care, 'cause the road looks sunny and life seems fair. But maybe if you're feeling low, baby, if you're moving slow, a little caffeine is good for the soul. A little caffeine is good for the soul. Oh, when Moses led the Jews out of Egypt, just one thing he brought for the trip, 'cause he raised his arms and parted the sea, and you can't do that drinking herbal tea. Well, he drowned the Egyptians just for show, saying over his shoulder to the Pharaoh, a little caffeine is good for the soul. A little caffeine is good for the soul. Well, you can help yourself to the liquor cabinet. That don't do it for me like it's supposed to. Baby, go ahead and smoke that cigarette. I'll just drink my percolated rocket fuel. So if you're riding around town in a Coupe de Ville, drinking French champagne just to let it spill, you ain't gotta worry, ain't gotta care, 'cause the road looks sunny and life seems fair. But maybe if you're feeling low, baby, if you're moving slow, a little caffeine is good for the soul. A little caffeine is good for the soul. Go, Jeremy. can't help yourself to the liquor cabinet. That don't do it for me like it's supposed to. Baby, go ahead and smoke that cigarette. I'll just drink my percolated rocket fuel. Well, I met this girl for coffee last night. 3 or 4 cups and we felt alright. Back at her place she asked me to stay. Maybe that's why they call it Cafe Ole. Well, I might be wrong, but I don't know. We were still having fun at 3:45, because a little caffeine is good for the soul. A little caffeine is good for the soul. Jeremy Tepper on harmonica. Well, one more? Mm-hmm. All right. It's tough to play the blues in Brooklyn. The closest thing we have to the Mississippi Delta is the Gowanus Canal. So, this goes out to all of you who've ever driven across or smelled said canal while thinking about your lost loved ones. Open up, let me inside. What are you still waiting for? The king of the Brooklyn Delta is knocking at your door. Knocking once, knocking twice, knocking for the very last time. If you still won't try, who wants to know why? Can't ask anymore. And there's a place where everybody meets. There one time you used to be. Someday, baby, that's where maybe you'll run into me. And I still won't have the haircut that you wanted me to get. You still won't have read the book I loaned to you when we first met. Why don't you open up, let me inside. What are you still waiting for? The king of the Brooklyn Delta is knocking at your door. Knocking once, knocking twice, knocking for the very last time. If you still won't try, who wants to know why? Can't ask anymore. So I waited like I thought you wanted me to. I'm a championship waiter now. If there's any kind of waiting in this world to do, baby, I know how. I just wanted to lie with my head in your hands and the record player spinning slow. Spend all night walking and the daytime talking slow, nowhere to go. Why don't you open up, let me inside. What are you still waiting for? The king of the Brooklyn Delta is knocking at your door. Knocking once and knocking twice, knocking for the very last time. You still won't try, who wants to know why? Can't ask anymore. Thank you.
David Hamburger. Hey, sounding swell.
And that's Laura Cantrell's guitar, I'll have you know.
Well, the guitar sounds particularly swell. Laura, tell us all about it.
It's a long story, Nick.
Well, tell me who's coming up next, at least. Because I haven't a clue.
We have a fella who's probably pretty sore by today.
Why, has he been playing too
He's
hard?
been playing too hard all weekend. I've seen him just about every bar you can imagine.
Yeah, but I was playing.
That's true. That's true. We have Lonesome Bob.
Ladies and gentlemen, straight from the Grand Ben Von Combo reunion
Pardon?
this
If
weekend,
you want to, yeah.
a one Mr. Lonesome Bob. He's straining his ears for the applause.
Thanks. Let's see. I'm gonna do a weird little song that has the dubious distinction of being the last song I finished. It's late in the day. There's not much to say as we stand here and stare at the sky. With this one sunset, let's just forget the mess that we've made of our lives. Trouble and pain are all that remain of a love that once burned so bright. But tonight let's just be you here with me in the glow of the day's fading light. We're waltzing on the Titanic, dancing around and around, staring into each other's eyes. We won't see this ship going down. There it is. We've gone through our things, taken off our rings, and this house is no longer our home. But the blessed release of this one moment's peace is the sweetest that I've ever known. We're waltzing on the Titanic, dancing around and around, staring into each other's eyes. We won't see this ship going down. I'm looking at you and wishing I knew where in the world we went wrong. But tonight let's just hide and stand side by side, for tomorrow it all will be gone. We're waltzing on the Titanic, dancing around and around, staring into each other's eyes. We won't see this ship going down. And we're waltzing on the Titanic, and we both know that this is the end. So let's just keep right on dancing, 'cause we'll never have this again. Thanks.
Lonesome Bob. Hey.
And moving right along in the heartbreak theme, try this one. said to me, you've got to be in therapy. Stay with me. You've got to try to find out why you're the kind of guy that makes me cry all night. You know it just ain't right. Now I'm the kind of guy who'll do most anything my baby asks. So I went and told some stranger all the sordid details of my past and found it really brought me down. Now I peeked into the closets of my darkest memories, and I'm finding out what causes me to act so foolishly. And I'm learning how to deal with how I feel now that she's gone. But why can't someone tell me what went wrong? Well, at first my baby told me just how proud she was of me. We talked for hours about the holy process of discovery and growth, how it helped us both. But as the time went by, I started noticing a subtle change. The molehills of annoyance soon became a looming mountain range of doubt, and I found I wanted out. Now I can't help but wonder where we'd be today. Would we have reached the same conclusion, or would we have found a way? My shrink can tell me all about the pain behind this song. But why can't someone tell me what went wrong? Now I want someone to tell me, and my shrink can't even tell me. Why can't somebody tell me what went wrong?
Yeah! Lonesome Bob, folks.
Thank you, Bob.
You're welcome.
Or can I just call you Lonesome?
You can call me almost anything you want.
Oh, shucks.
But Bob will do.
Hey, what's that? It's getting awfully smoky in here, out here. What's going on over there on the grill?
Sizzle, sizzle, sizzle. Got some chicken wings coming up here, Nick.
Yeah? Anything cooked? Anything ready for the listening audience?
Some pre-cooked chicken, which we just zapped on there real quick.
So anyone out there in Radioland who wants to get their licks in quick, they can come on by and grab a piece, right?
We're picking chicken picking, guitar picking, stomach sickening barbecue.
That's the way we like it.
She wants to.
Hey, it appears that there's one Mrs. Amy McMahon Rigby.
Did you call me Mrs.?
Did I?
I think you did. Which is fine.
I'd be shocked if I did. It might have been Ms. Hopefully it was Ms. But have you got a song for us?
I do. Is it all right that Lonesome Bob is like a head taller than I am?
Yeah, because it's all Omni
Okay.
stuff, so we're picking up the whole thing.
Yeah, this is
We'll better turn the grill down, though. It's drowning you out.
This is a song that I just wrote for my friend Roberta. We were talking about our children, and I have a 4-year-old, and I think having a 4-year-old is very hard, you know, physically dealing with all the running around, but she has an 8-year-old, and when kids start to ask you really difficult questions, that's even harder, I think. And obviously it just gets more and more. What's that? Such as, well, this song is about a question that her daughter was asking her. Don't say there is
isn't magic, 'cause I know that there is. Don't say that Santa Claus is only for kids. Don't tell me that it's all downhill from the age of 8 or 9, and dreams are only something that can happen in my mind. Don't say there isn't magic, 'cause I know that it's real. Don't give me explanations for ways that I feel. If growing up means knowing that I'll never get to fly, don't say there isn't magic. As we see, don't tell me there aren't fairies out there in the atmosphere. An ocean isn't really in the shell against my ear. Don't say there isn't magic. Don't tell me what you think. I know that life's not just one big kitchen sink. Don't tell me about science when a rainbow's in the sky. Don't say there isn't magic. Don't say there isn't magic. Don't say there isn't magic.
Yeah. Amy McMahon Rigby.
Thanks.
Is that a new, brand new song, Lynn?
What's that? Yeah, I did just write. I'd never played it before, so.
Not even for yourself?
For myself only.
Well,
But I remembered all the words.
Do you have another one for us?
I don't actually know. That was it.
That's the only song that Amy has ever written, I'm sure. Encore.
Well, Jay. Yeah, I guess since Jay's here, I could do something with him, especially so he can work out on that new acoustic guitar.
You got a new guitar there? Is that a Stella?
No, not a Stella.
It starts with an S and ends with an A, right?
No, it's a G.
Oh, sorry. I can't read from this.
Goya.
The sun's in my eyes. It's a Goya guitar?
It's made by a bearded man in Montana.
I just want to let everyone out in Radioland that we're broadcasting from the backyard. And that's where we're happily ensconced this afternoon. And hopefully all of you are feeling comfortable in your particular own backyard of the mind.
Going into like the mechanics. Oh. Full side broadcast.
Or how about Stronger Than I? No, okay, we'll do the one.
Amy McMahon Rigby and J. Sherman Godfrey.
I guess we're gonna do this other one, and this is for all the married folks who are still together. The other side of the coin from Bob's sad songs.
Don't break the heart that needs you. There's nowhere you can go but down if you do. To turn your back on someone will make you sorry, I can guarantee you. Don't make the fatal error of thinking you're 'cause you won't. Don't break the heart that needs you. Don't. Is history too much for you to handle? A little too much wax burned off the candle. If curiosity has made you restless, don't stray too far or else you may regret it. Don't break the heart that needs you. There's nowhere you can go but down if you do. To turn your back on someone will make you sorry, I can guarantee you. Don't make the fatal error of thinking you'll find someone better, 'cause you won't. Don't break the heart that needs you. Don't. Is happiness your main consideration? You can't escape the pain and obligation. A break is what you want, but you won't get it. Your love can last, but only if you let it. Don't break the heart that needs you. There's no way you can go but down if you do. To turn your back on someone will make you sorry, I can guarantee you. Don't make the fatal error of thinking you'll find someone better, 'cause you won't. Don't break the heart that needs you. Don't break the heart that needs you. Don't break the heart that needs you. Don't.
Thanks.
Amy,
We had a few backup vocals from Hazel. My daughter came.
who's swimming in the pool.
Swimming in the pool.
I'm glad someone's using it besides me, Hazel. Amy McMahon Rigby.
I almost freaked out when she nearly knocked over the barbecue grill, but
Mid-
other than that, everything.
Mid-song. Amy McMahon Rigby and Jay Sherman Godfrey. Thanks a lot. Thank you, Hazel. And now for a change of pace, we go from the sounds of grill, chicken grilling on the spit. We go we go one flight up and down the hall to Studio B, also known as John's bathroom.
Hey, how's it going, Nick?
It's going pretty good.
Cool. I hear you guys burned all the chicken.
No, the chicken's fine. Chicken's fine.
Sure
about that. And it's kind
Smells
of
kind of funky up here.
well, you can't really see it.
No, but we can really smell it.
Ladies and gentlemen, They Might Be Giants are happily ensconced between the sink and the tub and are about to play us a song. Is that correct?
That's right.
Play us a song.
Okay, this song is never been performed before. Oh, the tape. You want to fix that?
You start the song,
Okay.
I'll choose a tape.
This song will be featured on our next record, which is never coming out, and it's called "Oh, Do Not Forsake Me."
Oh, do not forsake me, my indolent friend.
Oh, do not forsake me, though you know I must spend all my darkest hours talking like this, for I am 1,000 years old. 1,000 years old. Yes, you'd say that's old. 1,000 years old. But what do you know? In my darkest hour, my indolent friend will be 1,000 years old. Oh, some have forgotten the flower of speech and walks through the garden where you know I must spend misbegotten hours talking like this, for I am 1,000 years old. 1,000 years old. Yes, you'd say that's old. 1,000 years old. But what do you know? In my darkest hour, my indolent friend will be 1,000 years old.
Frightening.
So,
I can't see you. I can only hear you, and you're singing a song about your ancient age.
Well, I can hear you, but I can't understand the meaning of what you're saying.
Oh, I understand. Well, partly what I'm saying is that I'm thoroughly confused by the subject matter of your last song.
All right, well then perhaps you'd like to hear an instrumental.
That would be swell. Could you play us one?
It won't bother you with any words. Sure. Here's one that was just written a week ago.
With no words.
That's right.
completely instrumental.
Ladies and gentlemen, They Might Be Giants from The Bathroom. Patio. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you. Thank you, Giants.
Thank you.
All the way from upstairs and down the hall.
We've got more songs if you want to hear them, Nick.
Oh, you do?
Yeah, we worked up a whole bunch. We thought we'd kind of just keep playing forever.
Are you trying to mess with my schedule?
Well,
no.
We were under the impression that you had no schedule.
Oh, yeah, you're right. We had no schedule.
Do you need to expedite matters and move on to other agendas?
I think pretty soon, yeah, actually. But if you got one more short one, I guess.
One more, yeah.
Do one more short one.
Okay, this is a short song about a painter from the turn of the century named James Ensor, and pretty much all the elements of his life are included in the two verses of the song.
Meet James Ensor, Belgium's famous painter. Dig him up and shake shake his hand, appreciate the man. Before there were junk stores, before there was junk, he lived with his mother and the torments of cries. The world was transformed, a crowd gathered round, pressed against his window so they could be the first to meet James Ensor, Belgium's famous painter. Raise a glass and sit and stare, understand the man. He lost all his friends, he didn't need his friends. He lived with his mother and repeated himself. The world has forgotten, the world moved along. The crowd at his window went back to their homes. Meet James Ensor. Meet James Ensor, Belgium's famous painter. Dig him up and shake his hand, appreciate the man.
I appreciate him. I appreciate him.
Check out his famous paintings, and you'll understand the lyrics to the song even better.
What museum are his paintings hung in?
Well, actually, I've only seen his paintings in books. I don't know if there are any famous James Ensor paintings in New York museums, but he did a lot of paintings of himself. He did a self-portrait of him in 1960. And it's basically a painting of a skeleton wearing some of the clothes that he wore. So he's an interesting painter, definitely worth checking out. Kind of a...
Uh-oh, hey, a plane's going overhead. It's a seaplane with pontoons.
Really? If we weren't here in Studio B, we'd know.
Yeah, and you'd also be aware of the fact that the audience is munching and distracted. And your time is up.
Whoa, Nelly. Well, thanks for having us, Nick.
Hey. 'Twas my pleasure. 'Twas our pleasure, and surely the listeners as well.
Oh, thanks.
They might be giants. Thank you, gents.
Thank you.
Oh, goodness. Back down the hall, down the fire escape, out onto the patio. We have one Miss Cattell Koenig. How are you?
Fine. Smells good.
Do you like grilled chicken?
No, I don't eat it myself. It smells good.
Well, here we are. The sun has finally gotten down low enough so that I can actually look a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
It's been a hot and sultry day.
Hot and bothered.
That's right. Hazel's running around. The grill's spitting up flames. And Cattell's about to sing us a tune.
Yes. It's a Jimmy Cliff song. My way over, wandering I'm lost as I travel along the white cliffs of Dover. Many rivers to cross, and it's only my will that keeps me alive. I've been lit, washed up for years, and I only survive because of my pride. And this loneliness must leave me alone. It's such a drag to be on your own. My man left me, but he wouldn't say why. Guess I just break down and cry. and I swear to begin. I'm playing for time. There have been times I found myself thinking I'm imagining some terrible crime. And this loneliness won't leave me alone. Such a drag to be on your own. My man left me, but he wouldn't see why. Guess I just break down and cry. I've got many rivers to cross, and I can't seem to find my way over.
Ketel Koenig.
Thank you.
You got another one for us? Surely you could dig another one up out of your song bag. I think we also, coming up later in this program, one Mr. Brian Duan will be here from his bedroom. And also, who else is performing? Oh, Nancy Howell from downstairs. And who knows who else?
Maybe the guest rooms.
Plenty of guest rooms. If you want to sing a song, come on over, spend the night. Once again, Ketel Koenig.
I think.
Hey, by the way, excuse me for interrupting one more time. It's the top of the hour, and that means it's time to ID the radio station here. You're listening to WFMU, Uppsala College, East Orange, New Jersey. My name's Nick Hill. This is the Music Faucet, and this show is no longer on Sundays after tonight. It's moving to Wednesday nights at 8. How peculiar. And we'll have fun with it, hopefully. 8 o'clock should be swell for doing these kind of events. At least it won't be so hot and sunny. And Wednesdays, well, Wednesdays are pretty unusual. Play us a tune.
Well, this is a Jim Croce song, which I probably shouldn't sing because you can't really sing it without an American accent, but I'll try. Oh, Rapid Roy, that stock cowboy, he's too much to believe. You know, he always got an extra pack of cigarettes rolled up in his t-shirt sleeve. He's got a tattoo on his arm that says, baby. He's got another one that just says, hey. And every Sunday afternoon, he's a dirt track demon in a 57 Chevrolet. Yeah, Roy's so cool, that racing fool. He's the best driver in the line. He do 130 miles an hour, smiling at the camera with a toothpick in his mouth. He's got a girl back home named Dixie Dawn, but he's got honeys all along the way. And every Sunday afternoon, he's a dirt track demon in a 57 Chevrolet. Oh, Roy's so cool, that racing fool. He is the best driver in the land. They said he learned to ride a stock car, riding shine out of Alabama. Oh, the demolition derby and the figure eight are easy money in the bank. To better run it from the man in Oklahoma City with a 500-gallon tank. With a 500-gallon tank. With a 500-gallon tank.
500-gallon tank? I saw 3 of those last night, full of mustard seeds.
Oh, yeah.
Until dawn. Thank you, Ketel Koenig.
You're welcome.
Hey, who's up next? Laura? Hello? Hello?
Talk to Brian. He's waiting.
Hey, Nick.
Oh, hi, Brian.
You there?
I'm here. I'm with you all the way.
Well, what do you know? Well, how do you do?
Brian, I can't see you again. You're like, where are you? Upstairs?
Well, I can't see you, but you're not too far away. You're nearby, I think.
You're upstairs in your bedroom, presumably.
You're down in your porch.
Well, that's the way it goes.
And I can see we're both looking at the same sunset, even though we can't see each other.
How come all you neighbors insist on playing indoors?
Well, it depends on how big the electric instruments are.
Oh, I see.
This one couldn't be moved out too easily.
Well,
but here it is, nonetheless. I'm glad it could be here today.
Play us a tune.
All right, well, I'll play you a tune written by a man named Bob in 1959. It comes from Pittsburgh. Father Barron at Fort Duquesne mowed for the Lord each day. A small log chapel he fashioned there and chinked it with twigs and clay. Over the altar he lifted there, lifted Our Lady beyond compare. And she was la Vierge de la Belle Rivière, la Vierge de la Belle Rivière, Rivière, la Vierge de la Belle Rivière. Father Barron spoke ancient words to Frenchmen and Indians too. And as they knelt in our Lord's own house, they prayed as all men should do. Over the altar they saw her there, our wonderful Lady beyond compare. And she was la Vierge de la Belle Rivière, la Vierge de la Belle Rivière, Rivière, la Vierge de la Belle Rivière. Father Barron at Fort Duquesne christened the firstborn child. And as he named her with Mary's name, I know that Our Lady smiled. And over the altar was standing there our wonderful Lady beyond compare. And she was la Vierge de la Belle Rivière, la Vierge de la Belle Rivière, Rivière, la Vierge de la Belle Rivière. A certain house on a certain street isn't so very far from the small log chapel where Frenchmen prayed under a western star. And over the altar you'll find her there, our wonderful Lady beyond compare. And she is la Vierge de la Belle Rivière, la Vierge de la Belle Rivière, Rivière, la Vierge de la Belle Rivière.
Wow, Brian. Hey, Brian.
Yeah.
What is that song called?
It's called La Vierge de la Belle Rivière. It's in English and French. So get out your French-English dictionary and have a little fun.
I'll do that. But what did it all mean?
Well, I only know what some of it means, and the rest of it I don't know what it means, but it's about a Catholic priest who built a shack of a church in early colonial Pittsburgh.
A place I'm intimate with. Colonial Pittsburgh was the temporary home of some of my ancestors.
And that song was written in the late 1950s on the occasion of Pittsburgh's bicentennial.
Wow. Peculiar.
Yeah.
Hey, Brian.
Yeah.
You don't have another song planned, do you?
I don't have one planned.
You got a short one you can do?
Why, sure. Here, let me pick up my auto harp.
Okay.
Well, I'd like to play a song I learned from you, Nick.
What was that?
It's a song called I Had a Horse.
Oh, goodness gracious.
I had a horse and his name was Bill, and when he ran, he couldn't stand still. He ran away one day, and also I ran with him. He ran so fast that he could not stop. He ran into a barber shop and sat down with his head in the barber's right shoulder. I liked out to the woods last year to hunt for beer and not for deer. I ain't a great sharpshooter. At shooting birds, I am a beaut. There is no bird I cannot shoot in the eye, in the ear, in the finger. In Frisco Bay there lives a whale. She eats pork chops by the pail, by the hat box, by the pill box, by the hogshead, by the schooner. Her name is Lena, she's a peach. Just don't leave food within her reach, or toothpaste, or candles, or chocolate ice cream sodas. She loves to laugh, and when she smiles, you just see teeth for miles and miles, and tonsils, and spare ribs, and things too fierce to mention. She knows no games, so when she plays, she rolls her eyes for days and days. She vibrates, she yodels, and breaks the 10 Commandments. I want to do in a case like that. Oh, what can you do but stamp on your hat, or an eggshell, or a toothbrush, or anything that's helpless? I love to sit down by a brook with a fishing line and hook and fish for clams and oranges and bananas. And if there is a sign so near that says no fishing goes on here, I'll hunt for buttons and for turnips and for candy.
Brian, I have to say you're missing an audience down here. I mean, we're all with you, but you're not with us.
Well, I'm all up here by myself, but I know I'm with you in spirit anyway.
Get with the program.
Hey, maybe I'll come down and get some of that chicken.
Do that, would you? Ooh la la, I hear a dobro. I hear the sound of a dobro. Ladies and gentlemen, that was Brian Duan with A Horse Named Bill. And Nancy,
Nick,
it's a good thing you've come upstairs, made the trek.
it's such a far way to go.
And it looks like David Hamburger on dobro and Jay Sherman Godfrey. Have you ever played with these two gentlemen?
Never.
Well,
except for Dave and
Jay.
And Jay once, but
But it was in the dark and nobody remembers.
Well,
I collared him to help me out on this.
Good work. What are you gonna do?
A couple of oldie but goodies.
Well, hit it.
Okay, it's called In the Jailhouse now.
Nancy Howell.
I had a friend called Ramblin' Bob. Used to steal, gamble, and rob. Thought he was the smartest guy in town. I found out last Monday Bob got locked up Sunday. Got him in jailhouse way downtown. He's in the jailhouse now. He's in the jailhouse now. And I told him once or twice I quit playing cards and shooting dice. He's in the jailhouse now. When I went away last Tuesday, I met a little girl named Susie. Told her she was the swellest kid around. Started out spending my money, started to calling me honey. Took in every honky-tonk in town. We're in the jailhouse now. We're in the jailhouse now. And I told him once or twice I quit playing cards and shooting dice. We're in the jailhouse now. David Hamburger. We're in the jailhouse now. We're in the jailhouse now. Well, I told him once or twice I quit playing cards and shooting dice. We're in the jailhouse now. Thank you, thank you. Excellent. That was Nick Hill singing back up. You might have recognized that voice.
If you didn't recognize the song.
Okay, here's a Merle Travis song. D.A.D. for the intro. Come listen, you fellers, so young and so fine, and seek not your fortune in the dark, dreary mine. It will form as a habit and seep into your soul, till the stream in your blood runs as black as the coal. Where it's dark as a dungeon and damp as the dew, where the danger is double and the pleasures are few, where the rain never falls and the sun never shines, where it's dark as a dungeon way down in the mine. There's many a man I've known in my day who lived just to labor his whole life away, like a fiend with his dope and a drunkard his wine. A man will have lust for the lure of the mind, where it's dark as a dungeon and damp as a dew, where the danger is double and the pleasures are few, where the rain never falls and the sun never shines, where it's dark as a dungeon way down in the mine. and the ages shall roll. My body will blacken and turn into coal. Then I'll look from my door to my heavenly home, and I'll pity the man who is digging my bones, where it's dark as a dungeon and damp as the dew, where the danger is double and the pleasures are few, where the rain never falls and the sun never shines, where it's dark as a dungeon way down in the mines.
Nancy Howell with David Hamburger, J. Sherman Godfrey, and some Grillmeister in bare feet. Hey, we got about 10 minutes left in this program. Who hasn't played a tune? Will.
Ricky Skaggs. Will.
Will. Well, I don't know. We'll figure it out. How's the chicken coming, Grillmeister?
Well, we've ate most of it, but one more round coming up.
All right. That doesn't sound like a grill. It sounds like an aeroplane. Will, you got us a tune?
I'll do one if I can do the one I want.
Okay, go right ahead.
I think it's a G, right? That's a good question. Sing a little. That's too low. On the air.
Yep.
Yeah. Wait a minute, I don't have the key yet.
That's okay. We'll all help you with the key. Oy vey.
Where's CJ? This is easy.
Meanwhile, the rest of you.
Start playing.
Meanwhile, the rest of you start working up an encore number for the end of the show.
But don't make it this land is your land, please. No. You should get your guitar. Guitar's out. Dave, where's Dave?
We're broadcasting from the back porch here in Brooklyn, and the chicken's on the grill.
I think we've done the song now. It's just got 5-1 thing. I'm not mumbling. I think we're on the air. Just start playing. I dreamed of Ricky Skaggs. Ricky went to Israel. Ricky Skaggs went to Jerusalem to worship at the well. While praying at the temple, Ricky Skaggs was taken in. Kidnapped by terrorists, he played his mandolin. Were they angels or terrorists? Were they Arabs or Israelites? Were they settlers or refugees? Ask Ricky Skaggs tonight. Ricky Skaggs went to Egypt, to the temple at Zaytun. Too late to see the lady, but he prayed before the tomb. He studied the lost gospel of Thomas, long forgot, and he came home to the good old USA. And he preached of what he learned both night and day. And he gave his time to light the other's way. Well, were they angels or terrorists? Were they Arabs or Israelites? Were they settlers or refugees? Ask Ricky Skaggs tonight. Pick it, Jer. Ricky Skaggs held a revival across this weary land. He held it up in Michigan and down in Alabama. He answered all the questions about his revelation, and with his big old healing hands he caused quite a sensation. Well, were they angels or terrorists? Were they Arabs or Israelites? Were they settlers or refugees? Ask Ricky Skaggs tonight.
Honk. Well, now we're really having fun. Good thing the show's almost over. Well, Laura,
Yes, Nick?
I know we haven't given it much thought, but... And we've got about 7 or 8 minutes left in the program.
Are you going to ask me to recite a poem or something, Nick?
I don't know, maybe I should.
I don't think I remember any.
Well, do you think there are any songs out there amongst this whole group of people that would do us a little bit of good?
I think that we could find a common song. in this
Probably.
group
You
here.
want to lead us in a tune?
Oh, my. I don't know if I want to be the maestro on this thing.
Maybe this guy should get us into one. There you go.
Instrumental for him.
What's that?
It's about the neighborhood.
Oh, good. We're going to have a Brooklyn tune. It looks like Jeremy and Jay and a few other folk are going to pick us a tune. Good thing, too. Boy, we'd be in big trouble if we just had to air this airplane going overhead and the chicken sizzling on the grill for the rest of and the kids screaming in the hall. And the dogs barking. And the hole in the ground and the green grass growing all around.
There was an old lady who swallowed a spider.
I got the
Wriggled and jiggled and wriggled inside her.
Hey, what do you know? There's the Grillmeister right up there on the platform.
Got a guitar.
I want to thank everyone here this evening for performing and playing and coming here and eating some chicken, etc., etc. I want to thank Frank O'Toole for sitting back there on doing the boring end of this job back at the station. Thank you, Frank. And thanks to our king of beasts, our illustrious engineer, Justin Luchter, for making it all work. Period. And Laura Cantrell for scheduling this event.
So well, so smoothly.
And for my wife Alexandra for putting up with it.
Okay, this one's called the Williamsburg Blues. Coming out from Havemeyer and 8th Street. North 8th Street. 2, 3, 4.
That's okay. People forget. The radio, everything sort of goes out and comes back in the other side. Hey, this program is almost over. Stay tuned. Just upcoming in a matter of a few seconds for the John Schnall, Nick Hill transitional moment, followed by David Newgarden. Any last words here? Brian, you've got an a cappella number of 1 minute, I'm sure. Yes, you do. I don't know, but you'll come up with something soon. Brian has been put on the spot in such a way.
This won't take long. It won't hurt a bit. This is a song that comes from Boston, Massachusetts. It goes like this. Hair, cut your 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 hair. You look like a girl. A boy's not supposed to have hair like a girl. Hair, cut your hair, cut your hair, cut your hair, cut. You look like a beatnik. Your hair's a mess. What are you, a hippie? You look like a freak. Hair, cut your hair, cut your hair, cut your hair, cut your. What are you, queer? Cut your hair. I think you should be in the electric chair. Hair, cut your 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 hair.
Don Schnall. Hi.
Thank you for. Thanks. This has been the Music Faucet here, coming to you live from Brooklyn.
We're listening to Schnall. Transitional moment. Transitional moment.
Hey Nick.
Hi John.
So, we've got a star-studded transitional moment for you tonight.
Oh really?
Yeah, we've got the cast of Beverly Hills 936375423, and we've got guests and things, but we're out of time.
What do you mean?
Well, there's a new time for the transitional moment.
What time's the new time for the transitional moment?
Starting this week, the transitional moment can be heard on WFMU at 7:59 and 30 seconds on Wednesday evenings.
Wow. 7:59 and 30 seconds. I hope I'll be there.
Why, I think you will.
John?
Yes, Nick?
It's a good thing you were there.
It sure is.
This has been
another waste in our the Nick Hill
John Schnall
transitional
moment.
Yay.
Stay tuned now for David Newgarden.
Okay.